daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Welcome, everybody. It is Friday, the 28th of November. It is about 11:15 in the morning. I'm excited because I'm going on holiday on Monday, leaving Nick to it for a week. It's going to be great. And anyway, you're very welcome here at Global Sports Podcast Network Towers, because we're about to record an episode of Daily Premier League Podcast. My name's Ken Davis. His name is Nick Britton. And we're going to talk loads of things today, but particularly we're going to talk about our predictions for the weekend. Nick, how are you doing?
It's going to be great. It's going to be another great weekend of football, Kenny. That's all I'm saying. It's going to be another great. There's so much to talk about. There's so many good games going on. So many little side stories. The main one, of course, being on Sunday, West Ham v Liverpool. All eyes are just on Liverpool all the time now at the moment to see kind of what happens. Miserable performance in Europe on Friday. And, lots to go on.
Yeah, West Ham should have been a great kind of get good game, or whatever I normally call them.
You normally call it a good right game, don't you? Get right game.
It's a get right game, but suddenly it's a get wrong game. But anyway, before we get onto that, we were having a conversation before we went on air about walkout music. And we all love walkout music at football. Some of us do. But Newcastle are changing theirs, it sounds like.
Yeah, there's a story that cropped up in the week that was reported in The Athletic about the fact that Newcastle have changed their very, very famous, very well-known walkout music. Whereas they always used to walk out to Bladen Races, which everybody knows, and then the theme tune to Local Hero, which indeed everybody knows. And it's iconic. I think it's the best walkout music in the country, bar none. It always gets the hair standing up your back of your neck when you see all the flags waving, everybody's wearing black and white. It is brilliant. But the players and the coaching staff have asked for it to be changed because they want the crowd singing right up until kind of the last possible moment. And of course, you can't sing to the theme tune to Local Hero because it's an instrumental, saxophone and guitar and all that. It's an instrumental, you can't sing to it. So in the last 2-3 games, they've switched it around, and it's caused a little bit of consternation among Newcastle fans because, well, we all know as football fans don't like change, do we? Nobody likes change. And it just sort of got me thinking around sort of walkout music.
So it's simply the order. They want to change the order.
They want to change the order. They have changed the order already. So Local Hero now comes before Bladen Races, and Bladen Races is the last thing that...
Bladen Races is a little bit more upbeat.
It is very good. But it doesn't, to me, you're absolutely right, and it is a great thing to clap and sing along to, but it just doesn't have that. Just doesn't have that kind of wow impact. I remember a few years ago, Sunderland used to play Provokiev's Romeo and Juliet theme tune, and it was so stirring. It was so good. Yeah. You'll know it.
Yeah, we know it.
It was brilliant. And I think Local Hero is the same. It's just really stirring. I know you can't sing along to it, but it's really stirring and really, really good.
It is. What I like about it is it kind of pulls at the heartstrings. Yeah. It's a deep song, isn't it? That, and it kind of, you do kind of feel kind of, what's the word?
It's emotional.
It's emotional.
It's emotional. It gets the blood pumping, and it gets you really
emotional.
So it's interesting, but the players and the coaching staff wanted to do this, so they've done it, and it just got me. There's lots of other trains of thought here about walkout music, and indeed,
what's Derby's walkout music?
Well, I don't know. It's something that I don't even recognise. The Derby song is Steve Bloom is Watching,
which they do always before
the sort of.
I hate the poem. You know the poem that they have at Derby?
I can't.
Oh, my God.
I've made a bit of a habit of late, actually. After years and years and years of turning up at 1 minute to 3 and sort of taking my seat at the top of the south stand as the teams are coming out, by pure kind of chance stroke force of what was going on, 2 or 3 games ago, I actually ended up at the ground at about 25 to 3. So I got in when we went up, and we sat and watched the players warm up, and then they went in. I thought, this is really good. I actually quite enjoyed this. So the last couple of games, I was going actually a lot earlier, getting to ground sort of 20 to 3, and actually, it's better. It's better.
Well, there's a limit. I go on the bus from Kurt Langley. I get in the ground at 2:15.
That is ridiculous. That's
completely ridiculous.
You're the first person in, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm opening up.
You should go. You take your boots, mate. You might get a warm up.
Honestly, 2:15. I mean, what do you do for 45 minutes?
No, that is too
It's like having 3 halves.
Yeah, no, that is too early. And the but what I found was when I got in at like 1 minute to 3, it took me 10 minutes to kind of get into it, if you like, settle into the rhythm of it, by which time the game was 5 minutes old. Whereas, but when I got in a bit earlier, by the time kickoff came, I was like really ready for kickoff. It's really
right.
I would never thought it's a complete accident this has happened, and suddenly I'm like, oh, actually, this is quite good. I like this.
So, what do you reckon? This is a very interesting talking point that you've struck on here. What is the perfect time to get into a ground if the kickoff's at 3 o'clock?
I think then, because the other thing I notice about Derby, and I can only go by my own experience here, by the way, but I reckon all grounds are the same. I reckon all grounds are the same here, because when you watch games on telly, you see this all the time. The modern kind of trend, of which I'm guilty of being part of until 3 games ago, is take your seat at between 3 o'clock and 3:05. So what you're seeing is teams come out, there's no atmosphere. Everybody's just kind of piling, as the teams come out, everybody's kind of piling up from the concourses, and the game kicks off and people are still piling up and finishing the drinks downstairs. So it's got 3:10 before everybody's sort of in and settled, if you like. And that just kills the atmosphere at the ground. So Derby's a great example. You know, the away fans are all there, and 10 to 3, 5 to 3, they're all giving it the loud one, and the south stand, which is Derby's singing area, is completely empty.
Yeah, this is very true.
Important, it's silent, and the crowd doesn't start singing until the kickoff.
We're going to start a campaign. Make sure you're in your seat by 2:45, 15 minutes before. Then you can say hello to Tom and Tony and Mike. Hello, Mike. Hello, Tom. Tony, nice week. How are the kids? And here we go.
Yeah, strange you picked out kind of three blokes. Is that who you go with? Tom, Tony?
No, I go with Pete and Paul.
I'm getting an interesting snapshot into your life here.
It's not that interesting. But anyway, and I'm in at 2:15. Can you imagine the conversation dries up a little bit?
Yeah, but by the time you've left Kirk Langley.
Yeah, I mean, it normally gets about 25 past. It's like, the pitch looks in good condition. But the pitch has been in good condition since 1996.
Oh, no, to be fair, you picked the wrong topic of conversation, because the last couple of years the pitch has been in awful condition. But
pretty good at the moment.
It was replaced over the summer, wasn't it? Yeah. No, I've kind of really turned turtle on this and changed my mind completely in this, purely by chance. So I would say 20 to 3 is optimum time. Don't be in your seat any later. Get in the ground 23. Don't be in your seat. Or if you want to get in earlier, fine, have a drink and all that. But be in your seat maybe 10 to 3 latest.
Right. Just a final thing on this, which is completely...
not what we started talking about at all.
No, yeah, most people are not really interested in this, but now you've got me on it. I have decided I enjoy driving and walking to the ground more than I do getting a bus, sitting outside the stadium at 2:15, and then sitting on a bus for 45 minutes before you can get out again. I actually enjoy walking to a football ground and to a football game more than I do getting to the bus and being delivered on the fan bus.
Well, come with me, mate.
Well,
I'll come and pick you up.
Great. Well,
maybe that's completely wrong. Drive for me and we'll go in together, because I'm on the way for you.
Yeah, that's probably true. And I get free parking.
Well, I park about 10-15 minutes away from the ground anyway, free.
Right. I hope everyone's enjoying this in like Arkansas and California and Canada, while we arrange our transport to the next Derby match. Just finishing off on the subject that you raised of ground music. Chelsea always walk out, obviously, to the Liquidator, which has become quite a famous one. In the current state of affairs at Liverpool, what should Liverpool's walkout music be?
I would say probably "Here Come the Clowns."
I'm going for Steptoe and Son. Yeah. Da, 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 da. So there you go. Wrexham's, by the way, is Imar Ohid, which is obviously in Welsh. And so...
Final point on this, I mean, we must move on. Final point on this is whatever music you play, it should actually, and this is where I kind of see the Newcastle point of view, it should be something that gets the crowd going.
Yeah.
Like Derby do, Steve Bloom was watching, and everybody goes, it ends with everybody clapping and going, Derby.
Yeah.
It's pretty boring. But music that then teams walk out to, it's just music, it just kills the kind of vibe. So if you're going to play a song that everybody can get involved with, rather than just an ordinary song. And
I think a song that has got some kind of connection with your club.
There's lots of people, yeah, you're right. There's lots of people that actually just don't want any music at all for the last 5 minutes, so that when the teams come out, they can, cheer and clap. But
they're dinosaurs.
Well, they're also still down in the concourse, so I don't know.
Yeah, no. We don't agree with that. There does need to be music. Right. Okay, as we know in football, not only does it pay to get your walking out music right, it pays to get your team selection right. And here at Global Sports Podcast Network, we spent a lot of time selecting our delivery partner, and we chose Zencastr because Zencastr makes it easy to bring your vision to life, share it with your audience everywhere that they are. With 4K video recording, very easy AI editing tools, and top-tier distribution tools all in one place. If you've got a story to tell it with Zencastr. Check the show notes for more details.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Okay, second part of the show, and we're looking at predictions. And it just satisfies something deep within me, my ADHD or some kind of spectrum-related thing that I suffer from that hasn't yet been diagnosed. But there's 5 games on Saturday and there's 5 games on Sunday. I like that. Turn your microphone on, Nick. It doesn't work without you doing that.
I said I would diagnose it. I wouldn't like to say what it in public it is, but I have my own.
Okay, Dr. Britton. Thanks for same time next week. Right, okay. So here are the 5 games, and I want your predictions. You won last week, annoyingly. You're not going to win this week.
I think I am.
I'm just going to go home game for everything, home win for everything. Right, first things up. Brentford against Burnley. Brentford 13th in the league. Burnley 19th in the league. Discuss, Nick. What do you reckon?
Home win. Brentford well at home. I think Thiago's scoring goals. At least I'm glad he is because he's in my fantasy team. And Brentford will be too good for a Burnley team that's not really doing much. On the road. Burnley struggle. And
they're not been brilliant, have they, on the road?
They'll park the bus. They'll make it difficult. But Brentford will have enough, I think, in their locker, in their armoury to win this game.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to go for a home win as well. I don't want to make it predictable all the way through, but I think you can't see past that. Sorry, I'm just looking for the tables as we do this, but I've got that. Brentford have, they've won 3 out of 6. Burnley have lost 4 out of 6. So, yeah, I think you're right. Man City against Leeds. Everybody's got Haaland as their triple captain this week. I hope you have, Nick.
I have, yes. I have. Look, when I'm looking down at fixtures, the only other thing I'm thinking about is whoever's playing Wolves in terms of who do I kind of captain and get points off. Home banker. It's got to be a home banker. A disappointing performance by Man City against Newcastle last week, followed up by an even more disappointing performance, albeit with a completely fresh team in the European Champions League. On Wednesday, back to Premier League action. I expect them to run riot against Leeds.
Yeah, I think it's very likely. Obviously, they're coming off a defeat at Newcastle, wasn't it, last weekend?
And it was a poor performance as well. Pretty
simple.
St James's Park is a difficult thing to do. And playing at home, on the other hand, to Leeds United, whose away form has been pretty poor this season, lost, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lost 5 out of the last 6 games. It's the only result I can see.
Leeds are only going one way at the moment. We pointed this out a few weeks ago. They've got a really bad run of fixtures coming. They lost the first one of them. They're going to lose this one as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. I thought I was going to have a bit of egg on my face earlier in the season when they were picking up points.
You actually have got a bit of egg on your face. I didn't even want to mention it.
That'll be breakfast. So I predicted them to go down this season. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable in my prediction.
Yeah. It's looking that way. Tell you one team that isn't going down, Sunderland, and another team that isn't going down, Bournemouth. So 7th play 8th. Two of the great success stories of the season so far, I think, going head to head.
I think so. Certainly Bournemouth, although they are dropping off the pace. And to use your phrase, I'll get it in because you will sooner or later, they are returning to the mean.
Yeah.
Where you would expect probably to see them around 8th, where they are at the moment. Sunderland, again, doing really, really well in 7th spot, both with 19 points. But actually, the form book would suggest that Sunderland at home are the better bet for this game.
Long way to travel from Bournemouth, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm just getting in all the things I say every week. It's a long way to travel.
I hope at home, by the way, and do drop us a line at dailypodcast@gmail.com if you wanted to supply you with a Ken bingo card. Things that he says every
It's a long way from Bournemouth, though, isn't it?
It's a long way from Bournemouth. They are Semenyo's going to be back, we think, at Bournemouth, which will make a big difference. But they're not in good form. If I'm brutally honest, they're not in good form.
Well, neither are really. Neither have won in the last 3 games.
No, this is true. But
They've got identical records.
Yeah, they have. But Sunderland at home, I think, are a good. I was surprised they lost to Fulham last week, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, prior to that, yeah, their home form's pretty good. I would think that's enough to see them over the line. I don't know whether to go for a draw, which might be a tempting prospect on this, or I think Sunderland will just about sneak this game. So yeah, home win just.
Home win just. I'm going for a draw.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough.
I'm going for a draw. I think they're going to cancel each other out 1-1. Here's an interesting one. Everton in 11th place against Newcastle in 14th. Newcastle, of course, coming off a fantastic performance against Man City. That was great. Everton coming off a fantastic performance against Man United. Is home advantage going to... Because Newcastle's away form has not been great.
It's not so much whether home advantage will count. It's more a fact that will away disadvantage count for Newcastle because their away form has been nothing short of wretched. I don't think they've won an away game all season, have they? No, they've won once. They've definitely won one away, but they've played 8 league games away from home, and they just can't seem to do it. Now, at least they're not playing in London, where their form is generally awful. I worry about them playing in midweek, tiredness and all of that kind of stuff. I don't fancy them in this game. I just don't fancy them. And it's just
Everton look very good at the back. They look very solid at the back. But it's got a low-scoring game all over it for me.
It's got a low-scoring game. It's kind of got a 0-0 written on it in some. So I agree with you on that. Voltemada, I can't make my mind up about Voltemada. I think he's a good footballer, but he just doesn't seem to carry the goal threat that I thought he was going to carry.
He did at the start of the season. I mean, has he gone off the ball a little bit? You've seen him a lot more than me.
He has gone off the ball a little bit. And they don't really have any other backup. I mean, Anthony Gordon started in that 9 position in midweek, and that just never works. So it's a bit of a difficult one. I've got to go with a home win, I think. I've got to go with a home win. I just don't fancy Newcastle. They need to get their away form up and running. They need an away win, and I'm not sure the Hilt Dickinson Stadium is a place to get it.
No, I think you're right. It's whether, again, I'm getting a drawy vibe. It's going to be a 1-0 Everton, or it's going to be a 1-1. I'm going for a draw just to make it interesting. You've gone 4 home wins out of 4 games, by the way. But this won't be one. Spurs 9th against Fulham 15th. Spurs, who are kind of reaching their rightful place of about 12th in this league. Is that going to continue, or can you see him? Because Fulham, Spurs, it's a long way to travel.
I don't know.
On the tube.
A really hard one because Fulham's form. I mean, they won at home to Sunderland last week, but they've lost 2-0 away at Everton and 2-1 away at Newcastle for the last couple of away games. So their away form's not great. Tottenham, no idea what's going on at Tottenham. No idea. So I'm going to go a draw here.
Okay.
I mean, everything should say home win, but I back Tottenham. I think that I've got their result wrong in the last 4 or 5 games.
I know, they're really hard. They're really difficult to predict because they're so inconsistent.
Yeah, so
Both ways. I mean, they can go and win it.
and Fulham are doing worse than I think because I think they're a decent side, but they're just not doing as well as I thought they'd do. A bit like Newcastle. You look at them, they couldn't be that far down in the league. So yeah, I'm going to go draw. I think Fulham will go there with confidence, and they play good football. So draw.
Well, I'm going to go for a home win. I'm going to go for actually.
How can you go for a home win when all you do is absolutely slate Tottenham every single game, every single prediction program, every single minute? In fact, every single time you talk about anything in the world, all you're doing is flagging off Tottenham.
This is true, but but even I have to recognise that at home they're not bad, and Fulham aren't great away from home, and they're inconsistent. They've scored 20 goals though this season. I mean, they are, a lot of it from Porro and people like that. But
the goal threat, they struggle. They struggle big time at the top end of the pitch. The goal threat is actually their defenders.
Yeah.
more than they are.
And I think that's what will happen this time. So I do think it's going to be. I think it's going to be quite a high scoring game. I think we're going to be looking at a 3-1 or a 2-1 or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to go for a home win. And also I did that simply because I want to make sure that we're not always picking the same thing. You get advantage on that.
Okay, Sunday games, your whatever you like to call it, OCD or any other phrase you like to call it, you mentioned on the show here. So there's 5 games on Saturday, 5 games on Sunday. So I've gone first in the 5 games on Saturday, so you can go first on the 5 games on a Sunday.
That makes a lot of sense. And before we get there, Global Sports Podcast Network is partnered with Bioniq, the world's most personalised supplements, because your body's unique. Because without knowing what deficiencies you have, taking off-the-shelf supplements might mean you're probably not getting enough of what you need, maybe too much of what you don't need. So Bioniq very cleverly provides 100% tailor-made supplements designed to deliver precisely what your body needs at exactly the right level. So why don't you go and click on the show notes, use the code GSPN2025, you'll get 40% off your first order.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Okay, so we're into the last 5 games Sunday. I'll go first. First one is Palace in 5th place against Man United in 10th. I don't know what Man United are going to turn up because I thought Man United were on a bit of a roll. Well, they were because they won 3 out of 5 and drew the other 2. And then they turned in a really insipid performance against Everton. So it really depends on that. Palace have kind of found their mojo again a little bit. So I am feeling draw.
Well, nothing is not predictable. I'll give you that. It's a fair shout, to be fair. It's a fair shout because again, I think you kind of know what you're going to expect from Palace. Do we know what to expect from Manchester United? No. Draw. Draw, home win. Draw, home win. I don't think United will win. Draw, home win. What do you reckon? I'm going to go for home win.
Okay. Well,
come on, You're 5th in the table. This is it. Come on.
Well, this is a tricky one. Aston Villa against Wolves. Obviously, a bit of a derby. Form doesn't count for anything. Everybody's kind of on their edge of their seat. It's going to be blood and thunder. It could go either way. I think on balance, though, Villa might just edge this by 6 goals.
Well, I'm not sure because Rob Edwards has said it's been a really good week in training.
Oh, right, really? Oh, sorry then. Wolves away win. No, I'm going for a home victory.
If this is absolutely what you call one of, in the old days, we would call this a coupon buster. If it was anything else than a home win, because everybody who used to do the pools, if you remember them, Ken, which is a form of betting, everybody would go for a Villa home win. Everybody in the entire world would go for a Villa home win. And there's no possible other thing you can do except say Villa home win.
No, there isn't. Villa, by the way, if they win this, have a chance of being in second place by the end.
And think about how they started.
Yeah, remarkable turnaround.
Start of the season, but they're playing so well, so good at home as well now. Morgan, I'll tell you what the key to this is. Morgan Rogers. He's been the key to them.
Yeah.
I know they've kind of Buendia started, and Marlin's been a really good addition. By the way, he started scoring goals.
McGinn's playing in the right role now.
Yeah. I think because of those things, particularly getting Morgan Rogers playing and scoring, has been a massive catalyst for Villa. Really.
Fine. So I can put you down for an away win, can I?
Yeah, for a home win.
Just expected a yes or no answer. For a yes answer.
I've known you for far too long.
Yeah, that's true. So, right. So that is Wolves pretty much consigned to Championship. Do you reckon they're down now, aren't they?
They're down. I did a little bit when you bailed on me the other day. I did my solo pod, a bit of forecasting, and if they carry on, and if they get the same number of points per game that they've got so far this season, they will end up on 6 points.
That can't happen. That won't happen.
It can't happen. It won't happen. But it just tells you. I mean, they will win a game, will they? I don't know if they will. Though. I mean, who knows? Who knows?
How many points do you reckon Wolves will finish with?
I don't know, but
come on, no. Tell me. I want to know because I've got to make a note of it.
12.
Right, I'm going for 15.
Bear in mind the record is 11.
Who owns that, by the way?
The world's greatest football.
Derby County.
So
Right.
I just sneaked it last season with 12. I think the Wolves will do the same. But I don't know why. I don't know why I say that, because there's nothing to suggest they will do.
No, and they're not getting anything out of the next game. And that really will be a third of the season gone, and they've got 2 points. So, Forest, who are turning things around.
They are.
They were in 16th place against Brighton. They were in 6th place. I don't think this is the Forest under Ange Postecoglou. I think this is a different Forest turning up these days. Brighton have been another one of the outstanding teams of the season, up in 6th place. How's it looking? Oh no, I have to go first on this. Forest against Brighton. I'm going home win.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to let you in now that you've said home win. I'm going to let you in with a little bit of inside knowledge that you don't know.
Oh, here we go.
A little bit of insider exclusive information here. There's a reason why it's not the Nottingham Forest of Ange Postecoglou. It's because Ange Postecoglou isn't the manager anymore.
No way.
Yeah. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I will.
Literally. Yeah, there you go. There's the pipe out. They are doing surprisingly well. I didn't think they would do this well under Sean Dyche, but they are. So fair play. Brighton, though, are a good team. They're good away from home. They're scoring goals. I think this will be a draw.
Okay. Yeah, there's a good chance of that. I mean, it's got that feel about it, but I think they'll edge it. I think they're just a completely different team on the form book. Right, here's the 2 big games of the weekend, really, for me. All eyes on Sunday. Firstly, West Ham United. Poor old West Ham. Everybody's whipping boy for the first half bit of the season. Now have won 2 and drawn 1 out of the last 3 games, but still find themselves in 17th place against everybody's whipping boys for the course of the last 12 weeks, which is Liverpool. I have to go first, don't I? I don't want to go first on this one. But Liverpool win. I'm going away win.
Because
reversion to the mean. Anyone who's got that on their bingo card?
Well, everybody, because you always say it. Okay. And what about their performances in their 3-0 defeat against Nottingham Forest and their 4-1 defeat at home to Bayer Leverkusen would suggest there's a reversion to the mean around the corner?
Primarily, I think the massive upswing in the performances of Konate, Kirkez and Salah, who I thought were outstanding in those last 2 games. Now, okay, I'm clutching at straws here. There's nothing to suggest that they're going to turn it round, except one day they will.
They may do, They may do. Whether or not that's under slot, I don't know. They may turn it around. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better, in my opinion. So I'm going for a West Ham win. I think they're playing with a bit of confidence. The last 2 home games have been victories against Newcastle and Burnley. They're starting to score goals. Nuno's got them a lot more solid. I know they threw away 2-0. They were winning 2-0 away at Bournemouth, which is no mean feat, and they threw that away and it finished 2-2. But I think they've got something about them now that they didn't have before Nuno took over. I think it's going to be a visceral atmosphere for the first and only ever time, because people will see Liverpool and thinking this is our best chance of beating Liverpool ever. And therefore the atmosphere at the London Stadium for once will be good. And Liverpool turned them over 5-0 last season, and Liverpool do generally win against West Ham. The stats aren't great; they're not great in West Ham's favour. But then again, this is like a run that Liverpool have had, like no other really in recent times. So you've got to take that into consideration. And I think it's one of those games where people will look at it a bit like you and go, "Well, Liverpool should win because it's West Ham away." But in many ways, this is the worst place to go. It's the worst place to go because the expectation will be really, really high, and the pressure. Therefore, there's no pressure on West Ham to win this game. There's
a free hit for West Ham.
Yeah, and therefore, if they go out and take the game to Liverpool, they've got every chance of winning. That is my reasoning, my friend.
That makes perfect sense. Unfortunately, what are West Ham going to walk out to?
Well, they walk out to "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles," aren't they?
They do. Just a little Nicky's quiz there. And the final game of the season, the title decider. Well, if Arsenal win, it is Chelsea in second place, who I thought were excellent in the week in the Champions League, against Arsenal, who I thought were excellent in the week in the Champions League this week. So Chelsea at home, Arsenal away, long way to travel. What do you reckon?
Long way to travel. I don't know. This is a really hard one. This is a really hard one because Chelsea's form is excellent. They're playing well. We've talked yesterday, didn't we, about Esteval, and they seem to have a settled team now. They've got Rory Delap back. No, they haven't. They've got Liam Delap back. His dad might play, but probably won't. I mean, not that that's suddenly going to change things, but it's a good option off the bench that they didn't really have before. It seemed to be quite solely reliant on João Pedro for a few games. That's sort of not the case anymore.
No.
So lots of...
Caicedo's amazing.
Yeah, Caicedo's the best midfielder in the league, I think, this season, other than Declan Rice, maybe. He's got a shout for that, so they're coming up head-to-head. Yeah, I think in the end, player for player, Arsenal have probably got the edge, but Chelsea have got home advantage. So I can just see Arsenal nicking this right at the end of the game. I can just see one of those games because they are relentless and they will keep going, and they've got better options off the bench, I think, than Chelsea have. Mm-hmm. And there's just something about this Arsenal team. If they're ever going to draw a game, well, let's say if they're ever going to draw a game, they drew the last one at Sunderland. I don't know. I've got nothing to base on other than my gut feeling. My gut feeling is that they'll win 2-1.
Sure, I'm putting you down as an away victory.
Yeah, please, yeah.
Thanks for doing that. I was supposed to go first. You know what?
Should we rewind? Right, what are you thinking?
I think Chelsea are going to win this.
Okay, I'm now allowed to change my mind, by the way.
Hey?
I'm allowed to change my mind because you were meant to go first.
Okay. I think Chelsea are going to win this. I think Chelsea have to win this. I'm hoping Chelsea win it, just because if they don't win it and Arsenal do win it, we're all playing for second place. So I'm going for a Chelsea win. I've been extremely impressed with Chelsea in the course of the last 4 or 5 games. I underrated Chelsea. I thought, and they have got strength in depth, and they've got players that have come in and made a difference. I thought they'd massively miss who's the fellow that's out with his injury, Palmer.
Yeah, and they have missed him.
Yeah, but they've kind of got around it. They've kind of got through it. They've kind of worked their way to kind of win again and become a decent team. Yeah, I just like their energy.
Yeah, listen, I think you can make the case for a Chelsea win just as easily as
I just did. I'm going for a Chelsea. I'm just going for a Chelsea home victory. Nick, here's your chance in the next 30 seconds to change your mind.
No, I'm not going to change my mind now.
Okay, so it's an away victory. So that's going to be interesting. I've gone for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 homes, 3 draws and 1 away. You've gone for 7 homes, 2 draws and 1 away. And we'll see who wins the bag of Maltesers.
I think it'll be me.
Yeah. Okay, is that a prediction? All right, brilliant. Thanks everyone for listening, wherever you are in the world. Hope you enjoy your football. Hope your team wins. I know that can't happen for everyone, but I hope Wrexham win, I hope Derby win, and I hope Chelsea win.
Yeah, okay, that's not going to happen either. Where are Wrexham playing?
I don't know.
Derby have got
We're at home. We're at home against someone.
It's just not any kind of support here. Derby have got a difficult trip up to the Riverside. Yeah, difficult trip. But the away win in Swansea in midweek just takes the pressure off a little bit. Because I don't really... If we can get a point up there, that'll be amazing. That'll be a very, very good result. But
yeah, Wrexham got a point up there. Coventry are 10 points clear.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Coventry running away with it.
They're gone. They're superb into this. By far the best team in the Championship. They'll be playing the Premier League next year. Wrexham are home against Blackburn Rovers. So I've got high hopes.
Home win there, mate. Home win there.
Brilliant. Thanks for listening, everybody. See you next time. And if you are looking for some input on the World Cup, you should be now, we will be recording the Road to World Cup podcast later on this evening. We're going to Croatia.
We are going. And we'll be recording live from Croatia in about 6 hours' time. We better get to the airport. Yeah.
Blimey. We're in a rush. All right. See you soon, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.